How's it going, everybody? I'm meteorologist Joey Cragness, back with your daily forecast. Similar to yesterday, we have some more extreme fire weather continuing for Southern California, more Santa Ana winds expected through Wednesday evening into early Thursday morning. So we'll check on the fires out there, see how they're doing with the containment. And then we have some below average temperatures expected to stick around, really picking up though as we go into the weekend and into early next week. Temperatures just dropping off, especially for the northern parts of the country, but pretty much everywhere is going to see below average temperatures. And then we do have a little bit of snow to talk about, mainly lake effect snow around the Great Lakes region. Not a ton of accumulation out there, but we'll go ahead and take a look at what we can expect for some accumulations out there. But before we get into the weather, we have the Raising Hail Tour 2025 starting on February 4th up in Edmond, Oklahoma. Come by and say hi. A lot of the Mets on the team here will be out at that Edmond location, and then we'll move into Texas, Illinois, Colorado, Nebraska, and Florida all the way through mid-March. So we'll be giving our update on what we're expecting for the hail forecast for this year. So see what we're expecting. And then we also do have a $10 off coupon code that you can use if you're purchasing a ticket. Use RHT Taylor 10 for $10 off of your Raising Hail Tour ticket. So looking into what we had for yesterday, not a ton going on. West side of the country, pretty much clear, but the east side had a little bit of rain down in Florida. Thunder showers, not really doing much out there, just some light precipitation before dissipating as we moved into the evening hours. And then further up north, we had lake effect snow bands off of Lake Ontario and Lake Erie, some Lake Michigan lake effect snow too. So parts of southern Michigan got to see a little bit of snow out there. Same with the Chicago area. But not a ton of snow, as I was saying, just a few little flakes out there. And then for normal temperatures, we have some significantly below average temperatures for today for pretty much the entire northern portion of the country, upper Midwest, Ohio River Valley area, and then returning closer to normal to slightly above normal for the southern plains and west coast mountains. The Rocky Mountains below average, and then for tomorrow looking at above average temperatures for the upper Midwest as that cold air shifts further to the southeast, further into the Ohio River Valley and off to the east coast. And then as we move into the end of the week and this weekend, we'll see another shot of cold air replacing those above average temperatures for the northern Great Plains. But right now, we're just watching this cold front progress further to the southeast. Right now, it's kind of just southeast of St. Louis there, kicking up a few little snow showers as it continues to progress, but not a ton going with that. It's mainly, it's an Arctic cold front, so just cold, dry air, not a ton of precipitation with it, but it is going to bring some significantly below average temperatures. And then as we looked at yesterday for this area, lake effect snow still impacting this area. Not seeing super heavy snowfall with this lake effect snow event, not like some lake effect snow events around the Buffalo area where they get feet of snow. This one is just a few inches of snow, but still fairly notable to talk about up there. Temperatures right now, Minneapolis sitting at 1 degree above zero. Meanwhile, Oklahoma City and Dallas around 50 degrees. Out west, we have temperatures approaching just above 60 degrees for the west coast. A little bit cooler as you move up to the Pacific Northwest, a little bit above freezing up there. And then as that cold front continues to move off to the southeast, we'll see these teens and 20s replace these 40s down into the Carolinas possibly. They could see some pretty cold temperatures, but Miami, pretty nice at 72 degrees down there. For the current alerts today, we have a few more than we did yesterday. More lake effect snow winter weather advisories out for the Great Lakes region. Lake effect snow warnings in effect for the Buffalo areas, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario. They're getting some lake effect snow. Not super high amounts. You see is that 10 inches, 18 inches? Can't really read that. But not anything close to what we've seen in the past there, where they get several feet of snow, 6, 7 feet of snow sometimes in a matter of 48 to 72 hours out there. But this is still a pretty notable event out there. Down towards the southwest here, Los Angeles area, high wind warning in effect through, I believe that's until Wednesday there, where they're expecting wind gusts in excess of 70 miles an hour, not as severe as the previous Santa Ana wind event out there, where they had wind gusts in excess of 100 miles per hour. But this is still a fairly strong Santa Ana wind event. 70-mile-an-hour winds with active fire on the ground is not a joke out there. Red flag warnings, this is a particularly dangerous situation, red flag warning. Not something you see super often associated with a red flag warning. This is mainly a phrase that's reserved for severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings. But in the last week, the Los Angeles area has had 2 of these PDS red flag warnings issued out there. So this is not a situation to be taken lightly out there with these strong winds and active fire. It's just going to continue to get worse. We have a map here showing the fire perimeter of the Palisades fire, currently the largest of the main fires ongoing in the Los Angeles area. Just this morning, it was mapped at just over 23,000 acres. 17% of the fire perimeter is contained, and about 1,300 structures have been destroyed so far, mainly in the Malibu and Santa Monica areas. Those are the areas that have seen the strongest damage from this fire. And so hopefully with these strong winds today and tomorrow, that 17% number won't drop off too far, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. This fire with strong winds in this area can very easily jump those fire lines and just get out of control super fast. And then we have the Eaton fire in the northern Los Angeles suburbs here, Altadena, Pasadena. These areas are being affected right now by the Eaton fire. Smaller fire, just over 14,000 acres, a little bit more contained at 35%, but it has done significantly more damage to the areas of Altadena. We have what's called conflagration, where fire jumps from home to home. And so that has been happening a lot in the Altadena area, just burning home after home as embers just have been getting thrown off people's roofs and onto other homes. So not a good situation out there, especially when you have extremely critical fire weather for today. Sustained winds of 30 to 40 miles per hour, 10% or lower relative humidity, and wind gusts in excess of 70 miles an hour. So things are only going to get worse for the Los Angeles area when it comes to these fires. They are expected to get a little bit better as the week goes on. So if you can make it through today, tomorrow, and Thursday at the very least, things look like they should improve. There's a ton of people working out on these fires, doing everything they can to get things under control. We have resources coming in from Canada, Mexico. Everyone's pitching in to help out the Los Angeles area right now. So if they can get the fire under control or keep it from getting too out of control for today and tomorrow, things look like they should improve. So here's tomorrow, only critical outlook rather than the extreme outlook for today, but sustained winds of 25 miles an hour, wind gusts in excess of 50 to 60, 10 to 20% relative humidity, so not as dry, not as windy, but still not great for these fire conditions out here. And then we get to Thursday and Friday here, not terrible, but still some pretty substantial fire conditions continuing through the middle to end of this week. So now getting into the rest of the weather around the country here, some snow bands in the Dakotas, Nebraska, Wyoming, Colorado areas, just some light snow showers, and then further off to the northeast we get this lake effect snow, the cold front pushing to the southeast, kicking up a little bit of snow as it moves over the Appalachian Mountains, but not a ton of snow expected out of this event here. Like I was saying, it is an Arctic cold front, so it is drier air, not as much precipitation. And then we have some light rain showers down in Houston, picking up early tomorrow morning. And then we get into the rest of the morning, rest of your morning commute. If you live down in southeastern Texas, could see some thunder showers starting to pick up there. Snow showers in far northern Minnesota. Nothing super strong, but then the snowfall rates will pick up as this system moves off to the southeast tomorrow evening, as it gets into the upper peninsula of Michigan and into Wisconsin there, moving off to the southeast, into the rest of the Great Lakes region. Now the rest of the Gulf Coast gets in on some of that light rain action for Thursday morning. And then those thunder showers could pick up as we move further into Wednesday morning here, mid-morning hours. I think it's repeating there. But so not a ton going on in terms of severe or super strong weather. The main story is kind of that fire weather out towards the southwest there. But then as this system continues into Thursday evening, those snowfall rates picking up over the Appalachian Mountains. West Virginia should be getting a decent amount of snow out of this event here, but then dissipating as we go into Friday. And you can see the next system starting to build up in Canada, center of the low pressure system way up north there, seeing all the snow fall out ahead of it, going to bring in a ton of cold air with that cold front coming through into Friday evening and Saturday, and then some rain showers as that system continues to move off to the east there, seeing some snowfall for the northeast and some moderately heavy rain for the southeast, and then Rockies getting some snow as well out of this. This is mainly going to be an upslope snow event, so wind coming out of the east, pushing snow up the Rocky Mountains and squeezing that moisture out of the air, causing it to snow a little bit. So here's what we're looking at for some snowfall accumulations. A few inches of additional snowfall for the Lake Erie and Lake Ontario areas. Not a ton, like I was saying before, but enough to definitely cause some issues with driving or commuting to and from work. And then out for the Rocky Mountain areas, a few more inches out there, some light snow showers in the Dakotas and northern Minnesota, causing up to an inch or two in snow accumulations. Areas north of Denver, like the Fort Collins area, Loveland, those areas getting a good amount of snow from that upslope snow event, so they could see up to a foot of snow in some areas. And here's what we're looking at for our longer range upper air patterns here. You see this high pressure system, this ridge that we get over the Pacific Northwest. We have a cutoff low pressure system sitting just off the coast of Los Angeles. As we're moving into Wednesday morning, that's going to continue to progress off to the east there. You can see this ridge kind of starting to collapse. That means the high pressure system is weakening, and that's also going to weaken the Santa Ana winds out in Southern California. So by early Thursday morning, you should start seeing some relief out there. And then as we keep going a little bit further into the week, Friday afternoon, you see this little bit of a jet streak here moving through the southern plains. That could cause some rain, possibly some snow for some areas that aren't used to seeing too much snow. Maybe getting some freezing rain, sleet for some of the Gulf states, but it's still a little too early to tell. There's still a lot of uncertainty with this event, but then we have this big trough setting up over the weekend here, bringing all of that cold air down from Canada. So pretty much everywhere under this trough is going to see below average or slightly below average temperatures for at least the foreseeable future here. And we get another sort of low pressure system moving in for the beginning of next week. But for right now, here's what we'll look at for temperatures, seeing temperatures drop into the negatives slightly above or at 0 for the Midwest region here. Temperatures out in the teens and 20s for the northwestern states, 40s for your lows on the west coast. And then you can see that cold front really starting to push off to the southeast there. You can draw a line kind of in between these 0s and 20s where that cold front is moving up into the northeast there. And then as we get into your Wednesday afternoon, high temperatures starting to warm up a little bit again for the upper Midwest, but still only slightly above average for them up there. And then we'll get another shot of cold starting to build in. You can see that low pressure system, that trough that's going to start moving through on Thursday and Friday, really starting to drop those temperatures again as we get into Friday evening and Saturday. That's when you can really see those those temperatures drop off on Saturday morning. Temperatures in the single digits, teens, and then expecting to get even colder as we move into Sunday and Monday for places up there. Here's the extended temperature outlook, January 19th to the 23rd. The only area that could see above average temperatures is the California Valley. That's pretty much it. Reno right in there too. That's pretty much the only area expecting to see near or above average temperatures. Maybe this little area here too down by Miami. Everywhere else expected to be below average to well below average. So talking 15 to 20 degrees below average temperatures for a good chunk of the country. For your rain slash other precipitation outlook here, expecting above average precipitation for the Rocky Mountain Front Range there, and then the Gulf states expecting some above average precipitation too. Whether that's snow, rain, sleet, freezing rain, it's still kind of up in the air. And if it is going to be snow, the amounts are definitely going to flop around all over the place as we are expecting. As we get closer, the models will become more clear and we can give a little bit more insight on that. But that's all we have for today. If you're interested in learning more about us, go ahead and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And if you're interested in purchasing a plan, go ahead and scan that QR code up above me, or you can give us a call at 855-334-4245, email us at info@hailtrace.com, or check out our website at www.hailtrace.com. That's it for now. I'm meteorologist Joey Cragness. Thanks for watching.